So, Chapter 22 of Two Blue Vortex has given us Boruto versus Jura, and I gotta say, it is not looking good. Jura's got the upper hand, and he is looking to kill Boruto, and it was a good fight. Boruto was holding his own, but ultimately, Jura has him outmatched. The chapter ended with Boruto using his trump card, the Uzuhiko, and Jura tanked it no problem. Which, mind you, this is actually crazy. Tanking this level of attack puts Jura at an unreal level of durability and power. I mean, as strong as Boruto got over the time skip, Jura is literally tanking his ace move with no issues. So, this chapter has left us with a ton of questions, but the one I'm looking to answer today is straight up, how in the world is Boruto gonna survive? I mean, he's obviously not gonna die, duh, but given the circumstances of Chapter 22, if nothing changes, he's a dead man. So, for today's video, we're coming up with some ideas on how Boruto can get out of this situation, and we're actually going to talk about a decent amount of scenarios, but if I missed anything, be sure to let me know in the comments. So, the first possibility is pretty simple. Boruto finds a way to escape. Now, this one would make complete sense, and it would be very easy. However, Kashin Koji already said that Boruto can't escape using Flying Raijin due to the difficulty of using it long range. So maybe he can't escape that way, but it's possible he comes up with something else. It would have to be some sort of teleportation trick though, because he's not going to outrun Jura. Here's a long shot, but maybe his Jogon awakens and he's able to teleport away. Pretty unrealistic, but if y'all have some ideas, let me know. If not for Kashin Koji's comments, I would say this would be the most realistic scenario, but he kind of shut that down. So now we're going to move on to the next possibility, and that is Kashin Koji himself stepping in. Now, I only see this one playing out under one circumstance. Kashin Koji likes to stay under the radar, so I just can't picture him showing up to the battlefield to fight Jura. Like, I just don't think he would do that, and plus, even if he did show up, there's no guarantee this would shift the odds. I mean, Jura's looking undefeatable right now. So, if Kashin Koji gets involved, I think it can only be in one way. Basically, we'll see a toad appear on the battlefield, which would then swallow Boruto and then disappear just like that, and then boom, Boruto is saved. I think this is one of the more realistic options, if I'm being honest. I mean, just picture it. Boruto has hopefully held off Jura long enough for his friends to get to safety, and when Jura is about to kill him, he gets saved by a Kashin Koji toad. Honestly, at this point, maybe Boruto could even summon the toad himself to take matters into his own hands. I don't know if he has the sauce like Jiraiya to do something like this, but I would not be surprised at all if he pulls this off. So, let me know what y'all think about this one. Do you agree with me that it's pretty realistic? We all know Kashin Koji doesn't really want to get physically involved, but he himself admitted that Boruto is probably gonna die, and I don't think he wants that, so I could definitely see him sending a toad. Now, let's move on to the possibility of Boruto whipping out a stronger move that he's yet to reveal, and it could kind of save him in a way. This could always be an option, right? I mean, he could have always had something above the Uzuhiko, but he's just never been pushed to use it. This was sort of the deal for Sarada's Mangekyo, I think. She unlocked it a while ago back in part 1, and I think this was one of the first times that she actually used it, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's not completely off the table for Boruto to pull out a brand new super strong jutsu for next chapter. You could easily explain it away by saying he's never been pushed this far, or maybe he hasn't quite perfected it, so he doesn't use it, or maybe it's a forbidden jutsu. That last possibility is pretty interesting, because I'd imagine Kashin Koji could have taught him some very cool forbidden jutsus, or if you want to get really crazy, maybe he picked something up from one of Orochimaru's old hideouts. Needless to say, a ton of possibilities, but how likely is it that Boruto actually has a secret ace ability that we haven't seen? I don't know, I'm leaning more towards no, he doesn't have one, simply because I think Boruto is strong enough right now, and if you want to make him any stronger, I think you should show him training to learn a new power in the present day. However, we definitely cannot rule out the possibility, because it's true. We haven't seen him get pushed nearly this far yet, so I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if he pulls out a brand new trump card jutsu. Now, this new jutsu shouldn't be enough to defeat Jura. I think it's far too early to kill Jura at this point, especially with a jutsu that got no build-up, which that would be the case here because it would be a secret. I mean, just imagine if Naruto pulled up and defeated Pain using Sage Mode, except we had no idea what Sage Mode was before this fight. That would be the equivalent of Boruto beating Jura with a brand new jutsu we've never seen before. And this would be really cool, don't get me wrong, but to go back to the Naruto analogy, all the build-up with Naruto training at Mount Miyaboku, the parallels between Jiraiya and Minato, I mean, all of that would just be stripped away. So yeah, I think Boruto's secret move, assuming he has one, should be enough to damage Jura, so then he could escape somehow, but there's no way it should defeat Jura. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Could Boruto have a secret jutsu? And if so, what do you think it would be? Maybe he's got another Rasengan variant? Maybe some sort of Sage mode? Maybe a forbidden jutsu? Or are we looking at a karma-themed ability? I mean, there's just tons of possibilities. But now, moving on, we have the possibility of Boruto's old friends coming to help him out. This would be pretty in character for some of them, so I see it as a viable option. Just imagine Sarada, Mitsuki, maybe Team 10, and hopefully Kawaki. I see that as a pretty realistic group. People have been theorizing that Kawaki and Boruto would be forced to team up eventually, so maybe you do that here. It'd definitely be cool to continue building on their dynamic, because now that I think about it, we've gotten scraps for Kawaki and Two Blue Vortex. I mean, maybe I'm blanking, but I swear he's done, like, nothing. So it'd definitely be cool to see that, and then definitely include Sarada flexing her new Mangekyo abilities, and have Mitsuki in there as well. Now, while I would love to see this scenario play out, I mean, seeing Team 7 together once again would be special, I'm not so sure it'll happen due to the simple fact that it wouldn't be enough. Although Boruto, Kawaki, Sarada, and Mitsuki is quite the squad, I don't think they beat Jura. I mean, maybe they could develop the perfect plan to take him out, but I'm just not very confident. And I don't know if I'm in the wrong. Like, Boruto and Kawaki alone would be an amazing team, so you'd think adding Sarada and Mitsuki could assure their victory. But dude, Jura's just scary, bro. I mean, I don't know that we've seen this guy get hurt ever. After seeing the Uzuhiko fail, I'm genuinely curious as to how they could even damage him. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this possibility, the friends helping out? Maybe you could have it just be Boruto and Kawaki team up here, and then maybe we could see their karmas sync up again. And honestly, if you get the karmas involved, maybe they stand a chance. So some cool possibilities here. But now let's talk about the final possibility of the video. We have the return of Momosiki. Now, that's a little dramatic, but the idea here is that at the brink of death, Boruto's karma activates. Now, that could happen naturally, or it could be thanks to Momosiki. I'm pretty sure Momosiki has been dormant for at least 2 years now, so hopefully he's been plotting something. I'm not really expecting him to take over Boruto like he's done a couple of times in part 1. Instead, I think he may just help him out. After all, at this stage, if Boruto dies, so does Momosiki, so he is incentivized to help. And to be honest, I don't really know what this would look like. Maybe he gives Boruto chakra, maybe he gives him some broken karma abilities, or on that note, maybe Momosiki helps Boruto awaken the Jogan. I mean, we've been theorizing about this eye since we first saw it in episode 1, so what if now is finally the time? If you ask me, now is a fantastic time to introduce this eye because Boruto clearly needs it. Once again, though, we shouldn't let Boruto beat Jura with the Jogan, but just give him a fighter's chance for a potential stalemate, maybe. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. We are 22 chapters deep into Two Blue Vortex, and we haven't seen Boruto use his karma yet. And with the situation being this dire, now's as good a time as ever to finally use it again. So, what did you think of the possibilities we talked about today? Which is the most realistic? If you ask me, all of them have a shot of playing out, but in particular, I like the Toad theory. I like the idea of Kawaki helping out, because that would finally give Kawaki something good to do. And then I also like the karma, Momosiki, Jogan theory. I mean, could you imagine the scenes if next chapter Jura goes in for the kill shot, only for the Jogan to finally awaken, and Boruto intercepts the attack or dodges the attack? That would be insane. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. If you had to make a guess as for how Boruto can even survive this situation, what would it be? Be sure to let me know, whether it's something I talked about or whether it's something I didn't talk about that you thought of. Comment it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what types of videos you want to see here on the channel next, and I will see you guys in the next video.